Hello YouTube, this is Darth Silver Mass. Well, yesterday we went to the lake for the family's birthday party of Oscar. It went well. We swam like hell. Had a great time, and I'm glad we did it. He had a good time. And he, of course, can't wait till his next birthday party. Also, today was Oscar's first day of kindergarten. So I took him to school this morning, took pictures, and we got there late so I could film him walking in the front door. You know, just stacking memories, guys. You know, we all, I think, stackers and preppers and preppers who are stackers who are preppers, and stackers are. I think we all have one thread in common. We all feel the ever so light winds of change. We feel like something's coming. A change is coming to the world. And that's why we do what we do. That's why I do what I do. I have no faith in the government. I have no faith in our financial system. I see it as a castle made of sand, a house of cards that would take so little, really, to make it crumble. And I don't want to be. I remember 2008, when many people got ruined by the housing crisis in the stock market when it fell. There was also people who became very wealthy. And I think that stacking silver, stacking cash, obtaining tangible assets will help put us in the position to benefit in the coming change. Now, we all have our own opinions of what can and possibly will happen, but we all feel that something is coming. You know, thinking different is difficult. You know that. Most of us who stack and the ones who stack in prep, we've all got those comments from friends and family. You know, why are you doing that? You know, you're a doom and gloomer and all that. No, I'm an investor, and I'm planning on capitalizing on the problem, because problems bring profits, right? Problems increase demand of certain products. For instance, I started investing outside of precious metals. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Please don't kick me out of the community, okay? But it all started with precious metals, and you know, I've really been thinking lately, been reading a lot of books, doing a lot of soul searching, and I've really changed in the last month after a lot of thinking how I'm going to invest. How can I capitalize the most on the coming change? And we all have our own opinions, and I'm going to share you my opinions, okay? And feel free to advise, but the decision's mine, and I do take other people's opinion into consideration. I'm going to only obtain my goal is at 500 ounces of bullion here with me. $100, which I have a lot of this already, $100 face value in dimes, quarters, halves, and dollars. Okay, and then my numismatic, that's a collection. My collection will continue to grow. But I'm taking a lot of money that now that we have freed up a lot of our income. I've started, you know, I started looking, okay, what are some problems that we're facing? You know, I know that I grew up in the agricultural community. I grew up in agriculture. I worked on cotton plantations, okay? I've planted tomatoes, peas, and soybeans, peanuts, all those things. I grew up, my father has his PhD in agriculture, okay? So, anyway, I grew up around it. I grew on a farm, big farms. I ain't talking of, of course, we had our little family garden. I'm talking about plantations, okay? I grew up in this atmosphere. So I know that the average age of the farmer in the United States is 59 years old. And I know a lot of the children of the farmers are not wanting to farm. So you have a declining population of an already very small population who are producing crops that clothe and feed us. You know, I also read that the average age of a farmer in Japan is 67. Same there. A lot of their kids are not wanting to get into farming. They want to go be businessmen in Tokyo. Okay. Then you have in India, I read that many people are getting out of farming because they're not making any money. They're poor. And I've also read that every 13 minutes a Indian farmer commits suicide. So I believe that a lot of people, like my son, Trey, who's in college, asking me what degree, what think I should major in, Dad. I said, why don't you look into agriculture? No, I don't want to do that. I mean, it's not a very exciting sounding field, but I think that that's a good profession to be in the coming change. I believe that I've read also that the consumption of the produced food is at the tipping point of getting to where we are not able to produce enough to feed the population. So I'm investing in agriculture. I'm investing in companies like ConAgra and some other investments who are investing in food and the transportation of food and the growing of food and the research of food. I believe that that is going to be a very profitable sector based on supply and demand. I think the demand of food is going to go up. We already know that the prices of food is increasing. Also, I'm looking into energy. Peak oil. We all have different opinions on that, but I do see that oil is just like silver and gold, is a finite product, and as it becomes more scarce, the demand is increasing, and it's going to demand a higher price. I'm also looking into natural gas, with many cities and communities are switching their vehicles over to natural gas, just like here where I live. I'm looking into water, the purification and the transport of. I mean, we had a drought 2 years ago. We had actual cities run out of water in Texas. Okay, and I see that being a problem. I've read all kind of articles where many aquifers are drying up. The aquifers are not able to keep up with the demand, especially in the Midwest, where they grow so many of our crops, that the aquifers are not able to keep up with the amount of water, the rain, fall leaching down into the aquifers, refilling it, versus the drinking and irrigation of using that water. So I see a big demand. I mean, we have plenty of water on this earth, but converting salt water to fresh water, transporting that water to areas whose aquifers may be running low or near empty, just like in Singapore, where they take urine and make it into drinkable water. I mean, I believe that is a sector that will do well in the future, just due to supply, demand, and the growing population. So I'm just kind of thinking, what are some problems, and how can I profit from those problems? And that's what I'm doing. What else am I investing in? Energy, Coca-Cola. I went and bought Oscar some Coca-Cola stock. I mean, what? Okay, Coke, send me some money here, okay? What other company's been around over 100 years has done as well, that's known worldwide as Coke? I mean, Coke is more popular in Peru than it is here. You go down to Mexico, to Merida, where I've been several times, it's the same. It is the most popular drink, and more so Fanta, Inca Cola, Coke just owns so many things. So I bought some Coke. It also pays dividends. So I'm looking in some stocks that pay dividends. Who knows? You may say, well, it's digital. I don't like digital, but I'm preparing for the best, hoping for the best. And if I lose it all, I lose it all. That's the way it is. That's the chance and the risk that I'm willing to take. Okay? Just like I said in a video, when I was in that prepper group, I was in that prepping community where we were all meeting once a month, discussing, okay, we're going to move into this location here, and we're going to develop a community to protect each other, grow crops, work together to survive. And I got out of this group because they were putting everything. They liquidated their 401ks, all their extra money went into that, and I saw that as too big a risk. Okay, I saw it as a too big a risk. Putting what if that doesn't happen? You know, what if it doesn't happen the way you think it's going to happen? You know, you have to spread your risk out, and I'm not necessarily promoting diversification, but you need a balance. Okay, so I'm still a prepper, but I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it the way it makes me feel good, just like stacking. Stack the way you feel like you should. Invest what you feel like you should. To hell with what everyone says. Take people's opinion, consider their opinions, but it's your decision. It's your life, your family that you are responsible for. You do what you think is best. That's what I'm doing. I'm tired of listening to what people trying to dictate to me. I dictate to myself. Well, anyway, phone's ringing, and please share your thoughts and opinions, and may the dark side of the force be with you.